Well, happy hump day. Welcome back. It is Mimi the Motivator and Miss Kim Connor from Credit Leverage. She's going to introduce herself. I'm going to introduce myself, and then we are going to start this conversation for tonight. We are here every Wednesday for you, just for information purposes only. So don't charge us with anything out there. This is for entertainment purposes only. That's what the lawyers say that we have to say, but this is information free for you. And if you have anything that you want to question about anything that is presented, drop it in the chat box. We will see it and we will get your questions answered tonight. If not, reach out to us after the call and we will take care of you because that's what we're here for. So Miss Kim, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Mimi, my favorite motivator. I am doing amazing. Thank you for asking. For all of you sweetnesses out there who don't know, my name is Kim, and I have a company called Kim's Credit Leverage where I teach you how to leverage what you have in order to get what you desire.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, host of the Get High on Motivation show. I own the Feel Rich Group Limited. It is a boutique consulting agency that provides alternative personal and professional development, coaching, workshops, and also credit services for those who are trying to build and battle their personal credit. So tonight and every night we break down another aspect of credit because Miss Kim be knowing some things, y'all. And she's always educating us on something new. So what you got for us tonight, Miss Kim?
Awesome. I'm so glad you asked. You know, this is my passion. So for the last couple of weeks, we've been going over different, like Mimi said, breakdowns of what makes up the credit score. So this is week 4. We're going to talk about credit mix. Okay. That makes up 10% of your credit score, guys. And it also will bring you 55 points. Credit mix. A lot of people think that you just need a credit card in order to build your credit or credit score, but that's a fiction. It's not a fact. So a credit mix, it consists of like credit cards, of course, real estate payments or mortgages, car loans. Also, we have finance company account and mortgage loans. So don't worry, it's not necessary to have each and every one of these, but a nice, healthy credit mix will help you to obtain that healthy 800 credit score.
Yes. So we need balance in that thing is what it sounds like.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So what I always say every week, just in case this is your first time joining us, that it is important to not only build your credit, to battle it as well. Or not just to battle and get the bad stuff off, but to add some good stuff on there. My personal credit story is that I am 40 years old and I'm just now starting to build my credit because I have been paying cash for things for the past, I don't know how many years. I only financed one car and that was back in 2002. So I am lacking credit, which is now kind of haunting me because there's some moves I want to make. There's some power moves I want to make out there. And no matter how much cash you got, if you don't have that credit, you're going to be just a little step behind. They say cash is king, so I want to say that credit is queen. Because if you know anything about the chessboard, the king can only move one move at a time, where the queen can just kind of go and be and do what she wants. And that's how I think that all of us want to be. We want to be able to be out here doing, moving about as we desire, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And cash, you guys have to understand that cash does rule everything around me. We do have a talk show on Thursday nights as well it goes a little deeper about the credit, analysis and the credit situations and what our economy is facing right now due to credit. Credit does rule everything around us, guys. That's like our adult report card.
Mm-hmm.
So it really shows what your worth is, if you will.
Yes,
So
it
you
does.
definitely want to be on the A+ spectrum of that creditness.
Right. So if you feel like your credit score does not reflect your character properly, then it's time for you to have a conversation with us, okay? And if you are somebody who is looking to build up your business credit, now I can't help you with that. Don't call me for that. You better call Miss Credit Kim because she is the one. Can you give them an example of someone that you have worked with and what kind of business credit they have built up?
Absolutely. Well, I am I am a product of the product as well. I started back in August and I've been able to obtain over $7,000 worth of business credit. But here's a real kicker, guys. I am working with Mr. Calvin Allen. He is a real estate investor. He has over 120 properties, but he wasn't too proud to ask for help. He came to our company and I've been able to help him establish over $1.2 million in business credit.
I'm going to repeat that. She said $1.2 million in business credit. So that is the possibility that exists for you and me and anybody watching this live or watching the replay. That's available for you as well. Taking the proper steps. That's all any of this takes, is us taking the proper steps. What me and my best friend decided last week is that we have a credit plan. We got a credit plan now that we are going to enact. Because if we want to get from where we are to where we want to be, credit is part of that pathway. And we know that we have to start taking the steps now. We can't keep waiting. I don't know what we think. I don't know what I was waiting on. I don't know. Because it's not, it's an investment, yes. But it's an investment that has a huge return. Because then you'll be able to walk into somewhere and get a credit line. You'll be able to walk into a bank and get a loan, or any one of these financial institutions and get the loan that you may feel like that can amplify your business or even start your business. Or even if you just want to do some personal moves in your life, you'll be able to make those moves because you have a credit score that says that you have good character, that says that you are trustworthy. Because that is what it is. Go ahead.
I, sorry. I've been working all day, girl. Everybody is hitting me up about this credit. I will return that call in a minute. But you guys have to realize on your personal side, you guys, the government gave us a stimulus check for $600 and $1,400, whatever. But you also have to realize on the business aspect of it, when we start implementing your business side, they gave $25,000 for each small business forgivable loans. Now you guys do the math. We could teach you how to leverage your personal credit, and then we can also teach you about your business credit that has nothing to do with your social security number. And just because y'all got an LLC don't mean you have a business. We want to go with the congruency, and there's so much to this thing, but we can get you on the right steps. There's 7 steps to this thing. If you miss a step, it's a possibility that you can get denied and dinged when you go apply for vendor accounts for your businesses. So we want to make sure that we set you up for success and make sure that you're attractive enough to walk in any bank, any building, and be offered a loan. So
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens. It is time for us to reclaim our throne. And part of reclaiming our throne is making sure we have this credit set up so that way we can buy our own 40 acres and a mule. It is not needed for anyone to do anything for us that we can do for ourselves. We have the intelligence, we have the creativity. Now let's get the credit that can make this happen. Let's use other people's money to do what it is that we desire to do instead of using our own money, because that's what I've been doing, is using my own money to do everything. Bankrolling my business, all of that. Had I known what I know now, my business would be so much further than what it is now. That's just truth be told.
Amen. And I don't want to go into the spectrum of it, but we are talking about Black wealth, right? Yesterday was the anniversary of the Black Wall Street,
Yes.
destroying of the Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? So what we need to do is start building back our Black Wall Street, and that means to start building our businesses, start taking credibility, start using, like Mimi said, other people's money, because our money gonna run out eventually. You know what I'm saying? So let us give you a game plan on how to leverage credit in order to build wealth. It's as simple as that. And we weren't taught these things in school. But now that I know, now that Mimi knows, it is our responsibility to teach our community about these things so that we can help you guys build wealth.
Yes. The time is here and the time is now. That's all I can say over and over and over. There's no time to delay. There's no time to keep on waiting and putting things off. I was talking to one of my friends from back home, and He's always taking trips, right? I got two of them. They're always taking trips. They're always going here, there, and everywhere. But what I want to ask them so often, every blue moon I might say something, but how much money in measure to how much you're spending or investing in travel, how much are you investing in assets? How much are you investing in something where your money can be making some money for you while you're traveling?
Say that.
We have to be more mindful of where we putting our ducats. We have to be mindful. Are we putting them in spaces where there is a real return? And please believe, a vacation has a real return. Yes, I know, because you need vacation. You need time off. You need time to relax. But I bet if you looked at that wheel, if you did one of those pie charts of your spending, you'd be surprised where you're really spending your money. Because a lot of us are spending in spaces where we're just spending, $5 or $10 here, $20 there. But that adds up at the end of the month. And it definitely adds up at the end of the year. And when you look at what that adds up to the end of the year, and if you consider what you could have done with that money instead, and how that money could be growing, even if it's just growing a little bit in a savings account, but even more so if it was growing in something that is a more aggressive vehicle. We have to start thinking like the wealthy. Wealth is a mindset. Being broke, poverty, that's a mindset.
Yes.
And it's passed down. Poverty is passed down just like wealth is passed down. A lot of children who are brought up in wealthy families and generational wealthy families, they don't even know that they're being taught to be generational wealth bringers or breeders. They just know what they know. The same way those of us who have been perpetuating poverty don't know that that's what we've been doing. It's only those of us who have come across the knowledge and the tools to self-reflect and to see how our programming has affected what we're doing now. How we can see how we're just, mimicking our parents' spending habits, or either we're doing the complete opposite of our parents' spending habits, which sometimes can be just as detrimental, which is me. I watched a parent use credit for everything, so it made me not want to use credit at all.
Right.
This parent told me to get a credit card because I had been lacking credit. So this parent told me to get a credit card and to max it out and to pay it off so that way I could build up credit. Me not knowing any better, I said, okay. And then I had a car accident that had me on bed rest for a year and a half. So do you think I could afford to pay a credit card bill? So that wasn't the best. Tell us what we're supposed to do with our credit cards. Can you help us out?
Yeah, you're definitely not supposed to max it out because, of course, the payment history counts for 35%. Excuse me, hold on. The payment history counts for 35%, okay? And the credit utilization counts for 30%. Credit utilization counts for 30% of your credit history. Now, if you use 100% of your credit history, that's putting you at an F level. So you definitely want to keep your credit utilization below 30% to be in a healthy credit score. But to build your wealth and get to the 800 credit score, you want to keep it from 5 to 10%. So if you have $1,000 credit card, you want to say, just put it in your mind that I only have $100 credit card in order to build wealth, in order to build that healthy credit score so that you will be eligible to get $10,000s of credit cards instead of limiting yourself to that 1,000 credit card. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. You got my bells and whistles going off over here. Definitely. That makes a huge difference. Thank you for making it real for us with those numbers, saying $1,000 credit limit means no boo. You really got $100 credit limit, so don't go over that $100. I got it. I got it.
Right. Definitely.
So if anybody is watching, because I know we got some people with us live, if you have a question that Miss Kim can answer, that I can answer, go ahead and drop it in the chat box now. And even if you are watching the replay, go ahead and drop your question in the chat box, because we will get your questions later and we'll get them answered either there or live here next week. We are here to serve. We are here to inform, educate, which educate means we're just pulling out what's already in you. And there's already royalty in you. There's already wealth in you. You are the bag. You know,
Amen.
I
Amen.
have you ever been asked the question, Miss Kim, would you rather have $1 million or a plan to make $1 million? What would you
I've been
take?
asked that question. I would rather have the plan to make $1 million. And with that plan, I want to plan on getting an 800 credit score, because with an 800 credit score, that's going to bring me $100,000 worth of buying power. And then I'll help 1,000 people get an 800 credit score. That's going to bring $100 million to me and my friends.
I love it. I love it. I love your mindset. I love cooperative thinking, collective thinking, cooperative economics. It's one of my core values of my company. It's one of the core values of my life. You know, I like to keep the money in the family. Definitely,
Yes,
for
right.
sure. You know me. But I just really want to thank you, Miss Kim, for sharing your experience and sharing your expertise. So, one thing that I do want you to do before we get off today is I want you to share your story. So I want you to tell them, what is your story? How did you get to where you are and where did you come from?
Sure. I have so many stories about this, but I'm just going to start with this one. In 2019, I lost my job. In 2019, I lost my job. Actually, we're going to start with the credit thing. I didn't know a thing about credit, guys. I'm 54 years old. I didn't know a thing about credit. When I graduated high school, my grandmother co-signed for me a car. I thought she needed to co-sign for me a car because I was 18, not because I needed the credit. So we knew nothing about credit. My mother was on Section 8. My grandmother was the only homeowner in our family, but she didn't talk about credit. She didn't tell us how to obtain a house, and we thought she was on Section 8 too, for all we knew. You know what I'm saying? So then I became a Section 8 recipient, and I was on Section 8 for all of my life. So my mom passed away in 2014. She was broke. She was disgusted. She was homeless. And I just looked at my mom and I told her, I said, I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to let you know that you having to live like this was not in vain. Not in vain. So I came and I moved to Colorado with my best friend who was a homeowner, and she started, and I had my Section 8 transferred from New Mexico to Colorado, mind you. So
Uh-huh.
I transferred my Section 8 to Colorado, as well as my job with Burlington. I was with Burlington for 6 years. I had all that transferred, and she started showing me, bending me around corners. We would go and view homes and stuff like that, and then she started teaching me about credit. So I was like, I like this house, and I got with a realtor. It was a realtor of another ethnic color. I don't want to go there, but anyway.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Oh well, you don't have the credit score," and she denied me. She didn't want to work with me. She didn't want to tell me how to get a credit score. She didn't want to help me anymore because I was no longer eligible to be in her space. So then a friend of mine referred me to a black real estate agent. So he really worked with me and he told me what I needed to do. So he didn't tell me how to fix my credit. It took me 2 years, guys, to learn how to fix my credit. 2 long years. I lost a lot of money. I invested in a lot of scams and stuff like that. So it took me 2 years to repair my credit. I finally got my home. I qualified for $150,000, but by then the real estate era and everything had skyrocketed in Denver, so I couldn't afford anything there. So it pushed me to Colorado Springs. I got my home in Colorado Springs. After I got my home, that was a 620 credit score. I'm like, oh, I got my home. I no longer need credit. I had about 10 credit cards by then because I was building my credit, maxed those all out, and just started living my best life, refurnishing my home, not knowing that I need to keep my credit card, below 10%. So I was like, man, I need another stream of income. So I got with this wonderful company by the name of Nove. But I still had Burlington, mind you. But I was pretty much working Burlington 100%, and I wasn't really messing around with Nove until I lost that job. So I got fired from Burlington, and then I had to pretty much pull Nove out of my back pocket, and I just started working Nove, but then I still had that worker bee mentality. So I got another job at Sam's. By then my home was almost in foreclosure. Actually, if you're 4 months behind on your mortgage, you're about to be in foreclosure. So I was like
Mm-hmm.
3 months behind on my mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I'll quit this job after I get caught up with my mortgage, or I'll quit this job after I get caught up with this bill. And that was in 2019, guys. But I came home one night and I thought about it. I said, I'm going to lose my home if I keep this job. I can't, I was like borrowing money, paying, robbing Peter to pay Paul and stuff like that. So I quit that job, being 3 months behind on my mortgage. And I just started working Nove like never before. I got with mentors that showed me how and showed me how to understand credit, showed me how to network and help more people. That was in 2019, way before the pandemic hit, guys. But today, I can honestly say I'm now in the leadership position of my company, of the whole entire company. I've been able to pay for my daughter's education. She doesn't have any student loans. I've been able to do that by way of Nove. I've been able to build my credit score. I've been able to save my home. And because of the pandemic, this is how God works. I was able to remove those late payments and stuff like that. So my home is no longer in foreclosure. And I really realized that I can't depend on a job. I can't depend on this economy. You know what, guys? We're all we have, but then again, we're all we need. So that was a
Yes.
lesson that God taught me to network and start building my own darn community because we built it in the first place. So there's no
Yes.
reason that we should have to depend on these little things that are being dished out to us. And now that I
Yes.
had the education and I can't show my mother, I can't share these things with her, it is my due, it is my duty to share with my community
Well, we definitely
because I'm making my
appreciate you.
mom proud.
Yes, you are. You definitely making her proud. You making us all proud. I hope you are making yourself proud. Most importantly, though.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So thank you for sharing your story. So you mentioned Nove quite a bit. And just in case somebody is watching, they're like, what is Nove? What is she talking about? Can you tell them what Nove is? Who Nove is?
Absolutely, absolutely. Nove is a the company that I partnered up with this amazing man by the name of Rico McCambry. He founded this company back in 2014. It is a Black Indian operated company. Of course, we help everybody, but our
Mm-hmm.
main goal is to educate our people because these are things that were kept from us either on purpose or intentional. I don't know, but we were not taught these things in school. So we're a company where we inspire people to get more out of life. We educate them to go about it, and we give them the opportunity to make it happen. We help people with extra stream of income. We help people understand and build their personal credit. We also help with business credit. We help with lending. We also help with real estate investing as well.
Yes.
So it's a whole slew of things that we have to offer.
Yes, if you are interested in any of the products or services, if any of this sounds like it is curious to you, there is a link somewhere where you are watching this video. Click the link and get your questions answered. Get your credit right. Are you ready to start an extra stream of income? Get that done, or get them done at the same damn time. Okay? But
Right.
definitely, it is. Nove is a great company. My company has recently partnered with Nove to be able to offer Nove services through our company, and I am very excited about this partnership because my company considers itself a resource, especially with the social impact side division of our company, the Minority Mastermind. We are definitely excited in that area to be better equipped to educate people who look like ourselves. So, again, we thank all of you for joining us. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back next Wednesday, same time, same place. So, make sure you hit the little bell somewhere so you can know when we're live again. All right? It's somewhere. Find it. All right. See y'all later. Be happy, be healthy, be you.
Be you. Peace and blessings.